Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How's your past 6 months been going?
Oh man, I can't believe it's been 6 months. I think it's closer to seven now, which is
Yeah.
bananas. Um, it's been a lot, I think, for everyone. I every time someone asks me how I am, actually typically I'm like, I'm 2020 good, like I guess I'm good
Yeah.
for 2020, but it's still a hard year. But I have to say I'm really grateful I've been able to focus on my music so much during quarantine, which has been actually awesome.
I was gonna say it's coming out in 2 days, your EP.
I can't believe it.
And then your virtual tour is starting soon. Are you excited?
So excited, so overwhelmed, so nervous, so happy, all of the feelings. I'm doing four different unique shows on this virtual tour. And let me say, usually I practice insanely hard to do one show. So doing four unique ones has been a lot, but I'm really excited for fans to see everything. I wanted to, adjust accordingly to the fact that it's a virtual tour, so people can buy tickets to every show. I want it to feel different, so it's a bit of an undertaking, but it's exciting for sure.
Yeah, and the one stop is just a request stop. So can people request anything?
Yeah, they can request anything in my catalog, so
Okay.
that's important to note. Yes, I feel like I'm not equipped to be a just request any song in the history of the universe and I got it covered. I'm definitely not equipped with that, but they can request songs from my catalog. They can request songs from Austin and Alley, which I know very well and I've done. So that show is going to be fun. That show, I feel like I'm actually most nervous about that one because I'm going to have to be a little bit more on my toes for that.
So do they request it ahead of time or like during the show?
Ahead of
Ahead
time,
of.
yes.
Okay.
During the show, I think I actually literally would have a panic attack. I'm like, ah!
So tell me about the new EP. I know a few of the singles are already out, but what are you excited for people to hear?
I'm so excited for people to hear it in its entirety. I have two, three technically additional songs on the EP that people have not heard yet. They're going to hear with the EP. And for me, it's a story. It's a story about perspective, right? I'm kind of continuing some of the stories I told on my Me EP, but it, tells some of the same stories with a different perspective. It is a bit moodier. It's a bit more emotional. I really wanted to just explore this idea of there's two sides to a story, there's two perspectives to a story, and really kind of run away with that. And it's funny, some of these songs I actually have had for a really long time, but reworking them to fit this narrative I wanted to say was really creatively fun and creatively interesting. And I think if I didn't have this during quarantine, I literally would have been driven crazy.
And I know your last EP, you were super excited to work with Jason Mraz. So are there any artists that you were excited to collaborate with on this EP?
Yeah, I released two duet versions of my first two singles with some amazing artists, Mark Diamond and Pluto, who I was huge fans of beforehand. So I was super excited they could work with them. And actually, to be honest, this EP, I am also planning to collaborate a bit more with some of the songs, which I will talk about in a little bit when I'm not so overwhelmed with a virtual tour and this EP. But, I love collaboration. I think it's so important. Collaborating with a hero like Jason Mraz of mine was a bananas experience, but collaboration in general and just collabing, I think, is the key to my kind of creativity and my kind of musical journey. And so I always love writing with people, doing duets, doing different kind of versions of the songs. And again, about like the dual perspective, it's something that was really important to me with When You Wake Up and for Can't Hold On Forever with these duet versions. I wanted to hear their side of the story. I wanted them to write some verses and write some lyrics of like what they think their character in the song would be feeling. So I'm having a lot of fun exploring that idea.
And speaking about collaborations, I'm loving your LOL videos. And so how did all of that come to be? Like, how did you decide, yes, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial, I'm going to do a dance tutorial? How did that all start?
I'm so glad you asked that because, to be honest, yeah, I'm not really a blogging kind of person. I definitely love like making videos and I guess talking to camera, which I've realized more and more during this experience. But my comfort level is with acting, is with give me a script and I'm acting, or
Right.
making a music video, but not really necessarily blogging. But during this kind of quarantine time, I saw a few people having fun with Instagram TV, doing Instagram lives and doing kind of really fun things with their IGTV. And I thought, hey, this could be kind of a fun opportunity and fun thing to work on, to just give people who follow me and support me some content and some love and light and fun, content during this time. And so I'm completely clueless when it comes to tutorials, like completely clueless with some of these things that I've had to learn during this time. So I thought it was actually a really fun thing to get my makeup artist, to get my hairstylist, to get my choreographer, and really just, go into these experts, have them take it away of how to do certain hairstyles or makeup looks or a dance to, a song I have, and have kind of just my fans learn and have fun with that content.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I was totally useless with the hair and the dance one, but the makeup one, as soon as she took out her fingers, I'm like, oh, okay, I can
Totally.
do this.
Makeup is so funny. We actually specifically, Melissa and I talked about it, and we were like, we want to do something super lo-fi. We want to do something where it's like you're on the fly. People might not have brushes. I got some of my tools, like the eyeliner and everything from like CVS. I just want to do something super easy for people to do. But hair, I think we kind of want to explore a little bit more. It's funny. It's so much. I'm usually doing my own hair and makeup, and as you can see, hair took a bit of a backseat today. But I'm like, it's definitely an interesting experience learning all this. Like, there's a reason why there's experts in their fields, and I'm not the expert.
And you also posted about voting. And so why is that important to you to tell your fans to vote?
Oh man, I think it is unbelievably important. Not just with this election, I think with every election. I really want to put out there, and I have to say I'm so happy because I'm seeing a lot of this, that people should be voting in their local elections, in their state elections, and of course in the national elections as well. I think, it's not a matter of voting or other kind of civil actions. It's a matter of voting and other civil actions, protesting, grassroots groups. I think they all need to be part of the conversation, but the absolute like bare minimum that we should be doing is voting, is educating ourselves on the issues, on the people we're voting on, and have our voice be heard through our votes. It is so important, and I really implore everyone who can, who's 18 and over, please, please, please vote, and vote early. I mean, this is such an important election, but I would also say you should vote in every election. Make your voice be heard. It's important, and it should be heard.
Yeah, for sure. And so on top of the videos, on top of the EP, on top of the virtual tour, you have a little movie coming out. So tell everyone about The War with Grandpa and what it's about and who you play.
It's crazy because I filmed this movie 3.5 years ago. I never thought it was going to come out. But I'm so excited. The War with Grandpa is coming to theaters October 9th. I play Mia, who is kind of the eldest granddaughter in this situation. She's a little bit in her own world. She, is having boy issues, having kind of issues with her mom and her, boyfriend and crush that she has. But the overall movie is really between the grandfather, played by, no big deal, Robert De Niro,
No big
and
deal.
the grandson, NBD, played by Oaks. And they have a war going on because Bob, Robert De Niro,
Bob,
his character moves into the young grandson Peter's room, and Peter's not too happy about it. A war ensues with this crazy, insanely amazing cast, and I think it's gonna be fun for the whole family. It's a movie that I really feel like it's super funny. There's definitely something for everybody, but at the end of the day, it also has so much heart. And there's this real, kind of sentimental, beautiful aspect that I think we can all connect to, especially now of your family drives you crazy. And when you spend a lot of time with them, there's a lot you can kind of pick apart and you can fight with your family. But at the end of the day, there's a level of love and support and unconditional love and support that will be there forever from your family.
Yeah, for sure. And you get into a little screaming match with Uma Thurman, who plays your mom. She doesn't approve of your boy choices. So what was it like being her scene partner?
So intimidating. I was literally so nervous about that scene, and it ended up being so fun. Truly, it was like super easy. We had such a good time. It's funny. It's like, again, this whole cast: Uma, Bob, Christopher Walken, Cheech Marin, Jane Seymour, Rob Riggle, like insane cast. I think there were so many moments beforehand where I was so intimidated, and then actually getting to meet them and acting with some of them was just a dream come true, and so easy and so nice. I can't believe still that the experience happened, and I'm beyond happy that people can now see the movie.
And I know you bonded a lot with Poppy. What was that like?
Poppy is probably one of my favorite people from that experience. So her and her mom, we bonded so much. By the way, she is so good in the movie. I feel like she kind of steals it, not gonna lie. She was 5 at the time, and we just would hang out all the time. We went hiking. One day we went to a pool, like outdoor pool water park situation, which I realized afterwards was probably a terrible idea because there were a lot of fans of Austin Alley that day, so I was a little overwhelmed. But she's so cute. Her and her mom are so lovely, and so I have to say, I had the best time hanging out with them.
Aw. And have you ever gotten into any little wars with your family?
Oh man, not to the extent of what happens in our movie, but
Right.
I think my sister and I, for sure, we didn't super get along when we were really, really young. And then when I was in 6th grade, I feel like we got super, super close. And even weirder, we almost ended up making like agreements with each other, kind of like peace treaties in some ways. Of we would do like, it's so silly. We do like secret handshake where we couldn't lie to each other. We have this thing called Audi Sesame where you're not allowed in someone's room if they say that, but only up to midnight. It ends every day. Or they can say any sesame and you're allowed back in. So we had all these in the car when we were driving together. If someone said line, you couldn't go past the line in the back seat. It was just all these like peace treaty-esque things. So I look back, I'm like, Vanessa and I kind of were pretty mature in a very silly way in resolving our issues.
It's good. It helps you like now in life.
Exactly, 100%.
And so what have you been watching or listening to lately that you've really been digging?
Oh man, I'm rewatching 2 shows right now that couldn't be more different and I think very needed to balance each other out. Dexter and New Girl. So very different shows, but both so good. And music, I'm always listening to stuff. Truly, I feel like there is so much good music out there right now. It's insane. I know it came out like quite a few months ago, but I'm still jamming to Dua Lipa's album that she released. There's just a lot of amazing music. Taylor Swift's Folklore has also become just, it's written on my face on a daily basis. It's such a good album. So I feel very grateful to be surrounded with so much amazing music right now.
And how do you keep things love and light, and how do you stay so positive now?
It's hard. It's hard. I think every day is different. I think we have to keep looking for things that we're grateful for, keep striving for that positivity. But at the same time, I think we all are very much allowed to feel sad, to feel depressed, to feel angry, to feel frustrated. I think we have to allow ourselves to feel those things because those are very real emotions and a real part of this process for all of us. So, you know, for me, I just kind of try to turn my emotions into action. I try to find outlets for everything that I'm feeling. And, you know, sometimes it's really helpful and it really works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I just don't have the energy and I feel down. So I think, you know I'm so positive and bubbly, but please believe me, there are many moments when I'm not feeling as positive and bubbly like I am right now. But talking to you and talking to lovely people, I am definitely, I realize I'm a person that needs people to energize me for sure. I like being alone and that can energize me, but it's been so hard just living with my walls and my occasional chairs that are right next to me. It's great.
Well, thank you so, so much for bringing so much love and light into the world, bringing your art into the world. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Laura. I really
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much. You're so lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Have a great day.